how could I not finish up my journey with some Sheraton pool, infinity pool. Oh, this view is just amazing. Well, last few hours on Hawaii, and I decided to stop by the infinity pool. One of the places here on the island that I just absolutely adore. Look at it, just look at it. It's so incredible. The view is great, and I don't know, just like, I think one of the reasons why I love it so much is that when I was for the first time on Oʻahu, it was 2019, I think. Even my engagement was celebrated in this hotel, so for me it's a very memorable place. I just absolutely adore it. Let me show you around a little bit. This is how it looks. What I love is that also it was multiple times that I saw rainbows, either like over the Diamond Head, or when I was once at like I don't know, 20th floor somewhere on this side, it was a rainbow too, and like even like a circle rainbow. I have a picture somewhere, I think. It's just incredible. Look at it, this infinity pool. It's just gorgeous. Just really feeling blessed to be here, and just like how I promised, I'm gonna probably tell a story about how I met these like wonderful women that were Hawaii born and raised. One of them was a Lyft driver that I had a conversation with yesterday. I used this opportunity to ask her like all these questions that I had. It was like, how did it feel, you know, all this like nature field trips, and the culture, you know, how did it feel? And she said that for most of the time, people that grew up on Hawaiian Islands, this is all they know. And she was like that, and her husband was like that. People that just never left and never traveled. But wait, actually, she said she was brought on the mainland when she was a teenager for just 4 years, and then she went back. But other than that, she did not go anywhere, and she went to Arizona. And then when she met her husband, he was just like that. He never left islands. So she was the one who took him abroad, basically to the mainland, to Arizona as well. And I asked her, how did it feel with all of the like, you know, I don't know how to explain to you, but we both with her agreed on it, that it's a vibe here. You can feel it. It's in the air. It's hard to explain. This is how I told her. I was like, I have no idea, like, is it spiritual? Is it, what the hell is it? But you can actually feel it. Like when I come here, even like when I work, let's say, still I'm like super slow. I'm slowing down. I want to embrace the present more, and this reality, and just like be in the present moment, slowing down. Usually when I'm back to the mainland, and it was much worse, like I can feel, I'm not even talking about like Russia, it was like a completely different universe, I would even say. But when I lived in Chicago, it felt different as well, like this collective collective energies, they affect you. And when I lived in Chicago, I apologize for doing a self-massage during the video, but it just like feels so good. It's just, you see, I'm telling you, like I'm just relaxing, and even though I'm channeling something and sharing, I am in a deep like relaxed state of mind that just like, I don't even care that I'm recording a video that people will see later. So she said, and we agreed that the vibe is different. And when I lived in Chicago, and you just feel it in the air, as well as you observe the people. People are more hardworking, honest, very strict, very like conventional, I want to say. I don't know why, like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? They're like, what the hell are you talking about? Photography and art, like, you gotta do accounting, you gotta do something like useful with yourself. It reminds me a little bit of like this Russian thing, like being an actor, you wanna die, like, you know, being poor. No, things has to be like good and nice. You know, this very like conventional state of being of like when you play the game of association. Food, meat, fun, alcohol. What should a person do in their life? Go to the university, go to get married, have 2 kids and die. Like, you know, I'm exaggerating to an enormous level, but I think you get it. So when I came to California and one of my friends laughed at her friend, but that's when she traveled to California, she became more spiritual and stuff, and she was like, oh my gosh, like, is this a joke? Like, the same person that lived in Chicago, like, before was like, I don't give a damn about this stupid, like, voodoo shit. And then after moving to California, there goes the meditations, there goes the grounding, there goes increasing your vibration. And I always felt it within me as well. But I could not express it because I was like, either, not even, I mean, yes, afraid, but more like, is this crazy? What does it mean? I was like not even sure myself if it's real. So for me, it was like, I feel something that I wanted. I don't know, and that's it. Like, you're just losing it because you're yourself not feeling it. But I felt it deep inside. And when I came to California 2.5 years ago, I got a chance to this pool is really dirty. Now that I'm seeing, there are like little pieces of paper floating around. Anyways, okay. So when I moved to California, somehow I felt that this part of me that was always there, but always like, it felt like the air, like it's invisible. People didn't see me, I didn't see it myself, but I just felt that I have it within me. But it became, and it went online when I started living in California. I met people that told me about like astrology. I met people that told me about like free dance. You know, a lot of people like that, you just meet them in California. Like, not in Chicago, for example, not in Florida, specifically in California. It doesn't even matter where, and that's what I like, is that like in some parts you get this like Silicon Valley where all the people with like intellectuals and IT and all of that, and then on the other, you know, like very, very strong-minded, and then on the other hand, like you get people there that are also deeply spiritual. Like, you get both left and right in California. So when I came, to California, I started feeling it more and more. And then now, 2.5 years later, after moving, it feels absolutely normal for me to talk about these things out loud, being very like firm about it, believing in it. But since I am myself a person, I'm definitely connected with my soul and spirituality and stuff, but I grew up in a very like I grew up in a country, in a culture with people that are like economists, engineers, very like rational and very Russian. There were no space for spirituality. The same how I shared the story with this woman yesterday, how I once saw a teacher. I was in a high school and I saw a teacher, not just me, the whole class and whoever was in the class, we saw a teacher on the outside near the school hugging a tree and being barefoot or something. And everybody since then considered her that she's like medically, impaired. Like she's, okay, in a simple words, she's a cuckoo. She's completely like nuts. And now me, like 16 years later, or how long has it been, I don't know, doing the same. But over there, even small differentiation from the rest of the people would be considered completely insane. And now that I live in California, the same part that has always been there in me went online, and I feel that collective do and will always affect us. It will always affect us. It's like it's in the air, like, and I can feel it. So ever since I moved to California, things like spirituality felt like absolutely normal to express and explore, because you see so many people are doing it. Let me put my glasses on because I feel like it's hard for me to open my eyes. So, and that's why I asked this lady about all these questions that I had. How did it feel? And she said, and she confirmed, she was like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like when we travel to Arizona, we notice how people are like, okay, get down to business. Like, what the hell do you want? Like, she was like, they were so aggressive like that. And my husband, whenever like left Hawaii, he was like, yo, slow down. Let's talk. Hey, honey, how are you? Like this. And people would be like, what are you doing? And I told her, don't ever try going to Russia. Like, you'll be surprised. I mean, things are changing right now, but especially in the provinces, if you smile too much. So basically, when you differentiate from the crowd and society and the collective too much, you will be seen like because it's. I mean, in the world of spirituality, they see like vibrations, but it's also down to earth things like you can see, you can feel that a person is different. You can also see it. But I agree with the spiritual approach that sometimes even the person tries to act the same and do the same things, you can feel that there's a different presence, and that's how we react to these energy fields that we cannot see, but we can feel them. Exactly how sometimes you see a person, you immediately know that, okay, this one I can be rude with, and this one, okay, I should not try even to say like even a bad word. Like, we can feel these things, same how we observe in other people when they differentiate so much, and it's harder for us, like, let's say, to connect with them when they're so different. And yeah, and this is why I like American culture, because it's more versatile than other cultures and more is accepted here. Even America has its own like boundaries. When you act a certain way, you will be like, people will look at you like that. So it's actually opposite. When you are too negative, too like blah, 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 and this is when people will be like, what is your problem? Versus like, let's say in Russia, it's opposite. When you're like too much like that, then that's it. Like, you will be dismissed as stupid, and just easy to abuse, and all of the other like stereotypes. Because this is how we live. We want to live, and it's easy for us to live when things are when we know how to behave. And this is how our brain creates the stereotypes. So then we know how to navigate the life, what to do, and all of that. It really smells very like fully here. And, and this doesn't look good. I feel like I'm the sea star. Sea star. Okay, I'm gonna move to the ocean. So that's what I wanted to talk about, and I guess transition to talking about how I deeply believe into this wisdom of the place. Not just land, but also people. And maybe it's people all along. I don't know. I just say what I feel, but in reality, I don't really know. But we change a little bit, and not even change. Some parts of us, different parts of us, go online, depending on where we are. So when I'm in Hawaii, a very artistic part of me, very relaxed and flowy, and different part of me goes online. Like like you learn how to activate it all and find a balance in how you want to live. But usually, this is why I don't like when cultures like limit you in a certain like spot like that you have to be only one way. It's how in the culture where I grew up into, you have to be, you know, when it comes to family it has to be like this, when it comes to education it has to be like this, when it comes to like, it's just one way, correct, and that's it. Versus in America, it's more like you have more choices. It has its own boundaries, but it's so much broader than any other cultures I've seen, I've been to, and even my own. So, yeah, and I liked how this woman shared a lot, how, you know, how she felt growing up here, and how being like, you know, this state of being is really embedded into you. And I'm like, I had a chance to experiment, I had a chance to travel, I had a chance to live in multiple places. Like, this is the best place, I told her. I asked her, like, how does it feel to live on an island, small land and all of that? But she was like, it feels normal because this is all that you know, pretty much. So, yeah. I met other women too, but I'll tell you some other time. It does smell like chlorine in here, so I better transition to the ocean. And I'll continue the conversation, but here it is. I'm gonna show you again. Here is the amazing and gorgeous infinity pool. And I love this diamond head view. Okay, and I guess I gotta go. My ice cream is dripping. I'll come back to you in a little bit. This is the pineapple coconut ice cream that I just cannot resist. I only found it on Hawaii, so I have to eat it before I go. Show you around a little bit. Cute.
Yeah, it's terrible. You know, not thinking to myself.
Okay, have 30 minutes to enjoy this, and then I have to go. I love your city. All right. A beach walk towards home.